Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bilikis. How you doing? Today's class will be on how to make the braided headband, and trust me, it is very easy to make. If today is your first time of checking out this channel, you're welcome, and please make sure you subscribe and tap on the notification bell to get notified each time we put up a video. And check out my other channel, Pattern Drafting with Bilikis and Bilikis Kitchen, and follow me on Instagram, Bilikis Signatures, and on Facebook, Sewing Innovations. So what are the materials needed for this? You need your bridal satin. You can make use of any type of material at all. You can make use of African print fabric, satin, any type of fabric you choose to make use of. Now I'm working with a satin fabric, and then the most important thing is you need to cut out this. I have 3 of these, 1, 2, 3. And what measurements are they? The wideness is 4.5 inches, or you could make it 5. So between 4.5 to 5 in width is just fine. And then the length, just make sure you have between 36 to 38. So depending on the type of hair you want to have on, for instance, if you want to put on a wig that is quite puffy, you can just make use of 38. And then if not, 36 is okay, but on the average I'll be making use of 37. So here I have length of 37 by 4.5. 1, 2, 3. Another thing you need is another fabric, which is 5 inches by 6 inches, as you can see that. The other thing you will need is the fiber material. So you can get this from old pillows, old furniture. So you can just go to a woodwork workshop and then ask them. Those people that are into furniture, you can always get it there. Like this, I just got this from old furniture in my mom's place. Yes. So now let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do now is these 3 pieces I have. I'm just going to take it one by one to the sewing machine. This is the right side, so fold over on the right side, and then I'm going to sew in just 1/4 inch all down for the 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3. I have sewn all the 3 pieces, just 1/4 inch all through. The next thing I'm going to do now is to bring out all the fabric, that is, turn it to the right side. So I'll be using my loop to do that. Just take your time. So can you see this? So I'm going to do that to the other 2. Cut out all the fabric. Can you see the way I turned it? I make sure the seam line is in the middle. You could give it a good press, but I just decided to leave it like that. So the next thing now is to start stuffing this fiber in it. So just do that gently. Then when stuffing it in, make sure it's not too much. When it's too much, it kind of looks funny. So just take your time. So I could use the end of my loop to keep putting it in. Or you could use your pencil or your scissors to do that. Make sure all the fiber has been stuffed in, and looking at it is not so puffy. Can you see? The next thing I'm going to do now is to place it on each other. Make sure the seam line is in the middle. Then this will cover this up. So what I'll do now is to take to the sewing machine now to sew this up. Then we can start braiding it up. Now that I have sewn it at the edge, the next thing now is for me to just braid it up. You all sure know how to braid stuff. You see that? So you just make it not too tight and not too loose. Can you see? So that was the reason why I told you not to stuff it too much, because when you don't stuff it too much, it brings out the beauty. Can you see? It's not too puffy. You get that? So make sure it is. So it is not too puffy. That is why I don't like when it is too stuffy, so you just braid it. Take your time. Can you see that? Can you see how beautiful that looks? So after braiding it this way, can you see how wonderful? And make sure you try as much as possible to make sure the seam line is by the side and not showing on top of it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to make sure I just lay it on top of each other and then go back to the sewing machine to just finish this off. The braided headband looks like. So you can see that the other hand. The next thing we are going to do now is to fold it. Then at this junction, you are just going to take it back to your sewing machine, or if you think it is too heavy for your needle, you can just use your needle and thread to tack it down this way. Can you see that? So this is how beautiful it looks. Can you see that? Tack it down with the sewing machine. As I've said, if it is too puffy for your sewing machine, you can use your needle and thread. So after doing that, the next thing is to get this other fabric, turn to the wrong side, sew in half an inch and bring it all out before we use it to cover up the seam. I have torn out the fabric. Make sure this seam line is in the middle, and this is exactly what we want to achieve. Did you see that? So what we are going to do now is make sure this is on the outer part. Place it this way because we are still going to turn it, don't worry. And you see, then I'll take to the sewing machine now and just sew this as close as possible. Please not too tight because you still want it to be loose around it. So I'll take to the sewing machine now to just sew it down like half an inch. Sew that, and you see. So what I will do now is to make sure this part is in the middle here. To make it easy was the reason why I had to do that. After that, I'll have to turn. Just take your. So this is just perfect. Can you see that? Can you see? And on the inside, can you see how it looks? So you can see the braided headband is just wonderful. So if my tutorial on how to make this headband has been helpful, please give me a giant thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are interested in our online classes and sewing tools, please contact us through the number in the description box below. I remain your girl, Bilikis. Bye.